building a strong relationship. This is all about marriage advice today, guys. Marriage advice for men, the building blocks for a strong relationship. What does it take to get people together and stay together happily, fulfilling? We're going to cover that today, so let's dig in. Hey guys, Jeremy here. I am your peak performance relationship and mindset mastery guy. Definitely subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. We have videos like this coming out 3 times a week to help you improve your love and your life. Plus, stick around to the end. I have a special guide for you whether you're new to a relationship or you're looking to renew your relationship. I have a guide for you, a little cheat sheet, how to reignite your passion, get things flowing again in some really great ways. So let's dig on this idea about how to build a strong relationship and get some solid marriage advice. Okay, guys, I have been working with couples, men, women, people in a variety of circumstances for over 27 years, and I've really come down to just 5. There's 5 main building blocks that if you have these locked in, you are going to be set up for a happy, thriving, loving relationship. And it's not secret magical stuff. It's not divine blessings and magic. It literally is skills that we can practice and ways that we can relate to each other. So number 1 is a concept called matched opposites. Looking at you, looking at your partner, the things that you match, the things that you share with your partner in terms of personality, interests, activities, habits, lifestyle, the things that match, they're going to create opportunities for love and connection. But the ways that you're different, the points of conflict, the points of disagreement, the points of exploration, that can create passion in your relationship. If both of you are matched 100% in everything, over time, the passion can start to drop away, and it's comfortable and it's nice. We end up being roommates, and the juicy fun times kind of go away. On the other side, if we're all passion and it's all this crazy stuff, and you're so different than me, and it's such an exciting, exhilarating rush, once you start getting comfortable with each other, the things that are passionate and interesting and spark stuff starts to become points of conflict and points of argument and points of just, why do you have to be like that all the time? Why can't you just be a little calmer, a little more blah, blah, blah? And that judgment, it kills the relationship in the long term. So if you have a habit or you have friends that have a habit of getting into an intense relationship and it fizzles out, it's because they're running too much passion and not enough love and connection. So we need to have a matching part of us, and we need to have a conflicting part, a different part to create that passion. So you want love and passion. There's a way to play the game. Not too much similar, but not too much dissimilar either. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell you, it flies in the face of a lot of relationship people. But what I'm going to tell you is, to build a strong relationship, love is not enough. And to have, the truth of marriage, the best marriage advice I could give you, love is not enough. You got to have more than just love. Love is a foundation. It's a base that we build on. But beyond that, we need to have respect. We need to have a mental high regard for each other. Yes, I respect your perspective. You're very intelligent. Love the way you live your life. But even respect, it's not enough either. It's important, absolutely. But that highest level, that thing that's going to put you over and keep you happy and flowing for the rest of your life, is admiration. When you and your partner can stay in a place where you admire each other, that's why I talked about the matched opposites. I love the fact, it's so amazing that you're so fantastic with. You need to be telling your partner the stuff they're doing right on a regular basis and sharing that admiration back and forth. It's not, one of us walks in the light, isn't touched by the gods, and the other one of us is Drek, and we are human refuse. No, that's a horrible attitude to have. You want to be more at the same level, mutually admiring each other in different skills and in different talents and different abilities. When you create that admiration, when you express that admiration, it creates a pull and a tension between the two of you that makes you want to unite, makes you want to stay together, makes you want to share things. Oh, I love the way you take this. I love the way you expand this. Oh, that insight I hadn't thought of before. That's so fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with me. Telling your partner those sorts of things, it lights you both up and it keeps you both going. Okay, guys, like, respect, admiration. If you agree with that, hit the like button. Now, next is going to be talking about how you communicate and how you fight. And that's a dirty secret. It's like, but we love each other. We respect and admire each other. We will never fight. You're cute. Bourgeois. You guys are going to fight. The question is not about if you're going to fight. It's about how you're going to fight. It's about how you're going to communicate, right? And there's two major styles when it comes to arguing and fighting in a relationship. It is the say what you got to say, get it out, let's deal with it. And it's the don't say anything until you have good self-control, right? And this is exemplified, actually, I have a story from my family. When my mom and my dad were very early in their relationship, my mom's family did a lot of whose fault is this, who's to blame, and they sat around and had to put the guilt somewhere and had to assign all this stuff. And so it was a lot of really heavy types of arguments. My dad's family, military, engineering types, we have a problem, we have to fix it. So totally different strategies. So they got into an argument about something, and my dad went for a walk to calm himself down, cool himself off. He left. And my mom, you don't walk away from me in the middle of an argument. So as he's walking out the door, she took a glass and she flung it at his head. Now, I'm not sure what she thought was going to happen with that, but she threw this at his head as he's walking out the door. It goes out the door, past his head, lands in the driveway and shatters. And as the glass hits the ground, my mom hits the ground because she collapsed. She's like, what am I doing? I love this man. Why am I trying to hurt him? That could have killed him if it hit his head. Okay, probably not, but that's what she thought. And so then my dad came back and they had a really good conversation about that, not yelling and screaming at each other, but what's going on, right? Because in my mom's family, you don't walk away from something like this. We have to sit down and we have to assign the blame and we have to do the fault and we have to do all this stuff. And my dad's family was like, no, you get your head clear and then you come back and you talk intelligently and you figure out what's going on and you resolve it. And so they created a family rule. They created a guideline for how they were going to fight. And we were going to stay and say what we have to say. But if you get to the point where you're going to start saying things that get personal or hurtful that you don't mean but you feel, that's when you walk. And you're allowed. You got 5 to 10 minutes. Go out, go for a walk, come back, and then we'll figure out what's going on. And that was how they raised me, and that's how they raised my brother. And I remember times in high school when he got to loggerheads with my parents and going out the door and slamming the door and pictures shaking on the walls and no repercussions, because we had a family rule about how we were going to fight. So for you, figure out your communication style. Figure out, am I going to be a say what you got to say, emotions high, lay it all out on the table, you don't walk away from this, or we're going to take a break, we're going to cool ourselves down, we're going to come back. I'm not here to say which one's the right style, because that's not my job, right? It's to give you the parameters so you can make an intelligent realization for yourself and go, well, this works for us. This is how we're going to play the game. Okay, so you've got to get clear on your communication and just get out what you got to get out. Make it safe for everyone to be seen, heard, and understood. That way you're going to be able to connect to each other and keep things rolling forward. Okay, the next section, this is what I call the 5 to thrive. And you could possibly, once you have this, it's a written list. Once you have this for yourself, you could even use this before you start dating, before you get into a relationship, because this is my rules, this is my game, and I want to partner with someone who wants to win with me. So how do I sort through people that are a waste of time? The 5 to thrive are real simple. Number 1 is, what do you need? Number 2, what do you want? Number 3, what would you love to give and love to receive? Number 4, what are your musts? And number 5, what are your must-nevers? And so to unpack that, your must-nevers, those are your deal breakers. This must never happen. If it does, I walk. No questions, no arguments, no rationalizations, no stories. I'm out the fucking door. See ya. You've got to know those lines. It's physical abuse. That's a must never. You hit me, I'm gone. You try to hit me, I'm gone. You push me down the stairs. Well, he only pushes me down the stairs on Tuesday. It's okay. Every other day of the week. No, that's a must never. You will never, ever. These things. So you want to be abundantly clear, absolutely rigid. This is just a deal breaker. I'm out of this completely. So what are your must nevers? What are your musts? These things must happen. And you can be as pedantic as you want, and you can be as specific as you want. Just realize the more musts you have, chances are your partner's going to have an equal number of musts. And you're creating rules and sometimes limitations on what your partner can do. The things you would love to give and love to receive, what lights you up, right? Autumn and I were doing a Zoom dating thing as part of a group I was in for men, and we had a once a month date during virtual quarantine stuff, and we're on the videos doing all the stuff, talking, people sharing, whatever, and I'm not thinking about it. I just kind of pat my leg, and Autumn puts her foot up, and I start rubbing her foot, and I heard later a couple of the wives were noticing, and they were nudging their husbands, hey, how come I'm not getting my feet rubbed? That's one of my love to gives. I love to give Autumn. I know she's on her feet a lot. They bother her sometimes. So I love to give her that. I love to give her that feeling of relaxation. So what would you love to give? And finally, what do you need? What do you want? The needs, kind of like breathing and food. Like I absolutely need these to survive and to thrive. The wants are things you desire and things that are nice to have. Okay? So write that list down. Write that list down with your partner and share with each other so that you really can figure out what lights you up the most and what are your no-go zones. Okay, finally, I'd like to cover, talking about musts and must-nevers, the one thing that kills all good in anything is expectation and obligation. Sometimes in a relationship, we do stuff because I like to give that. And it becomes an expectation of, well, you've always done the thing, so you're supposed to do the thing. And then you get in trouble because you didn't do the thing that you were supposed to do, that you do from just the goodness of your own heart. So what happened was the thing you were doing for your partner, they begin to just expect it. And they begin to take ownership of that. And then you don't live up to it. And then you get pain and punishment and stonewalling and withholding and all that crap and manipulation. So try to do your best. Stay out of expectation and obligation. So what do? Move into a place of appreciation. Instead of expecting your partner to take out the trash, appreciate when they take out the trash. Instead of expecting them to make dinner, appreciate when they make dinner. It's a whole lot more fun. And I'd like to know in the comments down below, when have you been caught up in that pattern of expectation, and how did that make you feel? Like you're doing something from the goodness of your heart and somebody's just like, well, you didn't do the thing. And you're like, but I was doing that because I wanted to, not because I had to. Totally different feeling. So I'd love to hear that in the comments down below. Okay, guys, now that you've made it all the way here, I have something special for you, which is my Reignite Your Passion cheat sheet. This is for the people building a strong relationship. Even if you're in a strong relationship and you just want to have some marriage advice to improve what's going on, you want some marriage advice as a man, how to make things better, definitely go check out the Reignite Your Passion cheat sheet, because it's going to help you to stay out of that expectation, obligation crap and really light yourself and light your partner up so that your relationship continues to stay juicy and flowing and just fun to be in and to be with this person you've dedicated your life to. So instead of it thinking like, oh, it's a life sentence, it's like, man, this is a game. I get to have like a continual sleepover with my best friend. That's fun. Okay, so definitely check it out. It's in the comments down below, and we also have it in the description as well. All right, guys, so thanks again for sticking all the way to the end and checking out the Building a Strong Relationship marriage advice clip. And these are my 5 best tips. So we have new videos coming out 3 times a week. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.